Hey y'all, just wanted to talk about a book that I'm listening to actually. It's an audio book. And I found something very interesting that that the author said. It's Jim Rohn, and it is Cultivating an Unshakable Character. And in the very beginning of the book, he talks about what character is. He says it is derived from the Greek word meaning chisel, or the mark left by a chisel. I have always thought that your character was developed by kind of external circumstances and how you responded to those, and I think that is part of it. But he kind of gave me a different way to think about it. So a chisel, we all know it's a sharp steel tool, and it's used for making a sculpture out of a harder or difficult material. It is also used for stripping away stuff that gets in the way in order to get down to the essential thing, that essential material. Character has nothing to do with other people. It is something you have and you are. So he was talking about charisma versus character. Character is something that is created and strengthened even as you draw on it every day. So character is something that you are continually building. It's not something that, you have as this resource and then, you just use it up through your life. It's you're continually working on your character. And I just found it so interesting, the thought that, I am the chisel holder. I determine what I am going to chip away. I determined, what am I going to sculpt out of my life? What are those things that I'm going to remove to get to who I truly want to be? So it was just very thought-provoking for me. I've only listened to maybe a quarter of the book. But there are 12 things that he says are there are 12 qualities to having an unshakable character. And some of these were kind of surprising. So I'll tell you what they are. One is integrity, doing the right thing. Two is honesty, and being honest with yourself as much as being honest with others. Perseverance, wisdom. He says knowing the facts of the situation isn't the same as knowing the truth of the situation. Personal responsibility, having the buck stops here attitude. Number 6 was humor. I thought that was interesting, and he goes into each one of these in detail. And I think I'm back at honesty at number 2. So I haven't gotten to what he talks about humor being, how that plays into having an unshakable character. Flexibility, patience, confidence. And he says being able to inspire yourself is the first step in being able to lead others. I thought that was interesting. Good health, achievement. And he says that achievement can only be measured in your own heart. Achievement isn't something that is externally measured. And then courage. And actually, he goes through, the 12. He gives a brief overview. Sorry, that was my German Shepherd. He goes through all 12 things briefly. And number 12 was courage. But then he starts with that one in talking about them, which made me, let me see if I can find real quick, in The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. She talks about courage, and I'm looking. Shoot, she had a great definition of courage. If I can't find it, I'll move along. But, hold on, it's right here. I know it's right here. I have so many notes. Oh, here we go. She says, the root of courage is cor, the Latin word for heart. Courage originally meant to speak one's mind by telling one's heart. Courage is speaking honestly and openly about who we are, about what we are feeling, and about our experiences, both good and bad. So I find it very interesting that Jim, that this is one of the 12 things that he lists as necessary for an unshakable character. You know, speaking authentically from our heart about who we are, what we've done, and what our experiences have been. So I will be back to talk more about cultivating an unshakable character as I read through it. And yeah, it's a good book so far. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye now.